shopkeeper. Who is it?
It's the police. We're investigating an explosion at Philip's house.
I already apologized for that.
Right now, sir. Open the door. The bomb was in a package. The package came from this address. You're in. So either you or one of your guests did it. Open the door.
Let me have you talk to the guest I think did it, okay?
Someone's looking for me?
Yeah, there's some men outside and, they want to talk to you specifically. I'm my valet guest. Open the
Yes,
door!
I'm a guest here. What is it that you need?
Open the goddamn door! Break down that door!
I didn't do nothing.
No.
Hey, no. Please don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me.
Well, that was scary. At least they've terminated the suspect. He kept saying he was innocent. Well, I guess he was innocent until proven dead. After so much excitement, why don't you just relax, my valet guest, and listen to our next tale I like to call Heart of the Elders.
We are continuing our Forgotten Age campaign on standard difficulty, playing Carolyn Fern solo. Currently, we've reached the Heart of the Elders, Part A. Last scenario on the Boundary Beyond, we didn't get too much experience. I believe we finished with 3. We've purchased a 2 experience point card, which is our second copy of Physical Training Level 2, and we've gotten rid of Premonition in its place. I believe that this card will help us gain additional willpower and combat icons when needed, once we have well prepared out on the board. Plus, it'll allow us to use some of our resources to boost some of those important stats. Because of our decisions in terms of supplies, we cannot take a mulligan, so we have to play with our opening hand. We do have a canteen, which gives us a clue to start with. I believe if you don't complete this in the first try, you have to continue to repeat it. I believe you get to keep that clue every time that you start, so you can actually cheat the scenario. As long as you get to Act 2, you can just spam that clue and resign and just keep doing that till you get all the clues or all the pillars that you need. You'll know what I'm talking about when I get there. So with that said, let's go ahead and begin.
It has been several days since your party ventured forth into the rainforest once more, and each day the hazards you face grow more dangerous and frequent. Securing enough food and supplies for the journey is a constant struggle, and you're harassed at every turn by the jungle's inhabitants. Fortunately, you've seen no sign yet of serpent people who attacked the previous expedition, but you're positive they're out there, watching, waiting. On the morning of the 6th day, you find the entrance. It's a huge cave opening, partially obscured by trees, brush, and vines. You'll nearly miss the great cavern maw altogether, despite its enormity. Surrounding the cavern's entrance are 6 stone pillars, each covered in strange grooves and carvings that glow with a dim red hue. Perhaps one of your guides will understand what this means.
The entrance is guarded against intruders.
Ichitaka says cryptically, her eyes closed as though probing the cavern with unnatural senses.
These pillars are the key. Each is a test of wit and will.
She steps toward one of them and touches it with her palm. Its glow brightens. You notice now that the grooves along the pillar's foundation depict a pattern you have seen somewhere before. If Ichitaka believes this place to be warded, you trust her opinion. There must be some way to break these wards. The jungle's heart. You are deep within the jungle now, surrounded on all sides by the uncharted wilderness. All around you the rainforest sings, its lyrics found in every chirping insect, every snapping tree branch, every serpent's hiss. Search for the pattern. 6 stone pillars surround the entrance to the cavern, each carved with a series of uncanny grooves and hieroglyphs that form an intricate pattern. Touching them causes the grooves to glow brightly, and twisting them causes the pattern to shift and change. Perhaps these patterns match the glyphs found in other regions of the jungle.
And this is Heart of the Elders. We're going to get right to it. We have to pull out a random ancient location from this deck here. We had to pick 3 ancient locations and draw randomly for 1. And because of our earlier choices, it does get to start in play. It's a stone altar, 3 shroud, 1 clue. After you enter, you reveal a random chaos token. And if you reveal a special symbol, you lose an action. And if it's your last action, you take a horror. And we start at the mouth of Kinyan. 2 shroud, no clues. You can resign while you're there, and you can use your supplies, your compass, to look at the exploration deck, which we will be taking advantage of. We're starting our game with 1 physical trauma and 2 mental trauma because of our run through earlier. We did choose to talk to Ichitaka in the beginning of this scenario, which allows us to start with her in play. And we do start with a clue because the supplies that we chose, we had a canteen. This clue, after you played this one time and advance it to Act 2, I believe it still works this way. I'll have to double check the errata, but when you have to replay the scenario, you can just keep getting that clue and just spam it and resign, so you don't have to keep repeating the scenario. The thing that makes this scenario somewhat bad to some people, myself included, is if you don't have 6 pillars on the mouth of Kinyan, you have to keep replaying the scenario until you get 6 pillars. So you can possibly play the scenario 6, 7, 8 times if you fail, continuously. But starting with that clue helps you avoid doing that, having to do that. So that's pretty good. And we'll draw our opening hand now. Don't have to start with a weakness. We can't mulligan because of our decisions. Luckily, these 2 weaknesses don't count as a mulligan. We just don't start with them in play. And our starting hand is not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. At least we have something to help us fight. Ichitaka will help us fight a little bit as well. We have some treachery mitigation and a very good skill card with Take the Initiative. So can't complain, and we do have no sun unturned, so we can actually search for a card if we need to find something specifically. This scenario is not terribly difficult. It's just the replaying part of it that's kind of a pain in the neck, but we'll see how well we do. The plan here is to just try and get it to advance to Act 2 and then just spam that clue. So we will see. I know that's kind of cheesy, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and start by playing Shriveling. 3 costs, 4 charges, and you can fight with your willpower. I always try when playing Carolyn or any investigator that's not great at fighting, the first thing I want to do is put a card that helps you deal with combat, because pulling one enemy could end your game. So alright, so I think the next thing that we're going to end up doing is we're going to use our compass so we can set up the exploration deck. And we get to put 1 card on bottom and the other 2 on top in any order. Okay, nothing connected to our current location, but this is connected to that next one. So we'll put that on top. Obviously, we'll put the treachery on bottom, and we'll go from there. The exploration deck can be really difficult in 1 player because you're doubling the number of treacheries you pull each round. In multiplayer, only 1 person's pulling an extra treachery, but in single player, you're doubling the number of treacheries per round. So we have to pull a special token when we move here, and if it's a special token, we lose our remaining actions or take a horror if we don't have any. And it is a special token. Look at that. It's a cultist. So we lose all our actions, which we didn't have any. So we have to take a horror. I'm not too upset about taking horror because Carolyn can heal horror, so we're good. And okay, cool. Holy Rosary, I don't mind that. And gain a resource, put our first Doom. And we did pull an enemy. Look at that. The annoying Pit Viper, the ever annoying. 3 combat, 3 evade. So it's not super easy to hit or evade. Only 1 health, but if it attacks you, whether it hits your ally or not, you're poisoned. Although I believe with this scenario, if you're poisoned and you have to repeat the scenario, you're no longer poisoned. Because it specifically says you reset everything except trauma that you receive. So I believe that's how it works. I don't know if that's the spirit of it, but hey, we don't plan on getting all 6 pillars in this first playthrough, so let's try and kill this. Actually, no, let's try and evade it. We're gonna take the initiative for the 3 wild icons. We're gonna just try and evade. Since this is a vengeance enemy, Ichitaka gives us an additional +2 to try and evade it. So this is going to be a 7 versus 3. Should be an easy check unless we pull that -5 token. And a 0, perfect. All right, so we've evaded this annoying guy. And we already know the next card is connected. So we're going to try and get out of here. It doesn't hunt, so we can just get away by exploring. It'll allow us to move for free. And there's Serpent's Haven, 2 shot, 2 clues. Each serpent enemy gets +1 fight. If you're poisoned, which we're not, then you get extra bad things. So that's a successful exploration. It's connected to this location, so we move right in for free. It's got 2 clues, and that is a good thing. Let's go ahead and play our Holy Rosary so that it can boost our shriveling attack bonus by boosting our willpower score. Now, the reason I didn't pick up the clue earlier, and the reason I will not be picking up the clues here, is I want to work my way back. So I want to explore first, get that out of the way to as many locations as I want to get on the board. And then we're going to go ahead and work our way back, picking up clues on our way back. So hopefully the strategy does pay off. And let's see what we get. And it is ants. Test 4 agility. That is a tough check for us. For each point you fail by, discard a random card from... Oh my god. Okay, that's rough. That is very rough. I don't think I want to take the chance here. Let's just water protection and get rid of ants. I just can't afford to lose 4 random cards out of my hand or play. That would devastate us, so I'd rather take the horror and continue onward. So we're not going to waste our time investigating just yet. Plus, our board state will be better set up on our way back. So let's just go ahead and explore again. We know this location is connected. So this is the River Canyon, 4 shot, 1 clue. And if you have a canteen, you can heal. I do have a canteen. I don't know if I'll be doing the healing, but it's nice that it's there in case I need it. And so this is enough clues to get us to advance to Act 2 and still have 1 or 2 extra clues to drop off at the mouth when we get back there. So I think we're going to start working our way back now. Now, this is a high shot. It's a 4 shot location. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult. We're going to put physical training down on the board. This, again, will allow us to use our resources to boost some important skills, just in case we get a little bit overwhelmed. So 4 versus 4. And now our first investigation begins. I have nothing that I can commit, so we're just going to take it straight and hope for the best. And, oh, it's an auto-fail. I didn't see an auto-fail last scenario, I think, so it was bound to come out sooner or later. And that, I think, ends the turn. I'd rather the auto-fail than one of the bad tokens that make you add Doom and things like that. In this case, you know. Did I use 3 turns? No. 1, 2... Hold on. I put that down, I moved over, and then I tried to investigate. Okay, so we're good. The other reason I wanted to work my way back is because if you played the scenario, you know that when you advance to Act 2, this creature comes out in the entrance. And if you're too close, it can be kind of a pain. Oh, God, a snake bite? Come on. This is terrible. First ants, then snake bite. Terrible, terrible. But I guess it's still better than the Apex Strangleweed. That would just be devastating right now for us. I guess Oh man, I'd hate to do this to drop a clue, but I think I have to. I just don't want to be poisoned right now. Alright, we're going to use Forewarned. We're going to place a clue on our location, which has Foreshroud, and save ourselves from being poisoned this round. Hopefully it pays off, but now we have to draw this clue. Let's go ahead and search our deck. We're going to use No Stone Unturned to search the top 6 cards for a card. So maybe something that can help us pick up some clues. And, God, nothing good. Oh, Ancient Stone. Okay, well, resources can help. As well as horror healing. I think we're going to take that. Because nothing else is really going to help us. So, Ancient Stone is what we worked so hard to get early in this campaign. Might as well take advantage of it. Oh, man. It's going to be tough getting the 2 clues out of here, but we're going to have to do what we have to do, I guess. Alright. We'll investigate. Straight. No, let's draw a card. And Miss Aurelia. Okay, that helps too. Man, we're in a bit of a tight spot here. Oh, yes! Yes, that's exactly what we needed. Oh, now I don't feel so bad. Okay. Whew. That saved our neck. Okay, we draw Foolishness. Probably not going to put him down. Man, I just can't get Foolishness on the board in campaign scenarios for some reason. Lost in the Wilds, test 3 willpower. Oh, I don't care about this. I'll just run it straight. 3 versus 3. Whatever. This is one I could take on the chin. Oh, it's a cultist. Alright, so that's a failure. A cultist gives us a -2. If I fail, you place a Doom on the agenda. So, Doom is going to go on the agenda. This gets in our threat area, and we failed, so we take 3 horror. Or we failed by 2, so we take 2 horror. Not terrible. We have, because we did get that Ancient Stone, we should be able to heal this horror fairly quickly. And it becomes almost insignificant at this point. And then we'll put down our flashlight. But first, I think we're going to put the stone first. We'll draw a resource, play our stone, because that'll allow us to play our flashlight quickly. If we played the flashlight first, it would take us a longer amount of time to be able to also play the Ancient Stone. But with the Ancient Stone, since I can heal horror and gain a resource because of my ability, it'll allow me to be able to put a flashlight down much sooner, because I'll be rolling in resources in a moment. So let's just run this test straight. I'll probably fail it, but you never know. So it is. Oh, look at that! It's an Elder Sign. We heal horror and gain a resource. What? And we get that clue. That is sweet. Wow. I have really good luck pulling these Elder Signs, for sure. One day it's going to come crashing down, and I'll just keep rolling autofails for the same scenario over and over. So let's get another resource. That ends our turn. And now starts the resource gainage. So we draw a card and gain a resource. We also heal horror and gain a resource. Look at that. Rolling in dough now. And this will be flipping. So let's see what happens next. I forget what happens here.
Are we alone? After exploring the rainforest for hours, you reach the top of a steep ridge from which you can see much of the surrounding area. Uncanny winged creatures caw at you from above, circling over the cavern entrance like vultures waiting for their meal. From this vantage point, you may be able to see approaching threats as they traverse through the brush below. If only you had something to help you see further.
So we have binoculars, so no ill effects. Look at that. That's nice.
Setting sun, the day advances quickly. Through the thick canopy of trees, you can tell that the sun is starting to sink closer to the horizon. To the east, the sky grows dim. Soon the jungle will be covered in darkness, and you will have to stop and make camp for the night.
So nothing bad happened, but we do have to hurry up. We have 5 rounds to make it back to the entrance and place our pillars and our clues down and resign. So let us place our or reshuffle our cards into the encounter deck and draw our encounter card for the round. An enemy will slow us down, although we can handle an enemy or two right now, so I'm not too concerned, but hoping for no enemies. Look at that, another Lost in the Wilds. They really want us to not explore, but oh well. Anyways, so here we go. 4 versus 3. And the chaos bag says a 0. So this time we actually succeeded. So we don't have to take any horror. Although I wouldn't, it wouldn't kill us if we did. So, all right. So now we will continue our exploration. We're going to play our flashlight to get this final clue more easily. Spend 2 resources. Put flashlight into our hand. Uses 3 supplies. We're using 1 right away. And we give -2 shot during this investigation attempt to the location. So we immediately take a resource away, and it's 4 versus 2. So let's do this. You know what? Let's make sure we succeed, and we'll commit foolishness. So 6 versus 2, and only -5. Oh, a skull. Okay. That's a -1, -3 in a cave location. We're not in a cave location, so we succeed. We get our clue. Very nice. There goes foolishness, and now we can start making our way back. Let's go to Serpent's Haven and investigate 4 versus 2. And we pull another skull, so that's a -1 again. This is not a cave location, so we get to take another clue. Working our way, but actually 2 clues advance the act, so we're going to have to advance the act right now. It is not something that you get to choose in this scenario, so that's what I was holding off for, because this thing comes out, the winged serpent, and it spawns at the entrance, and it's alert, hunter, massive, can't be defeated, but it can't make attacks of opportunity, so that's helpful.
Opening the maw, you've discovered that the ruins within the jungle can bear a distinct pattern of glyphs, which match those found on the 6 pillars. As you turn the pillar to match the patterns, a serpentine creature descends from the clouds.
This crazy-looking thing is going to be chasing us now. It doesn't make attacks of opportunity, so we can move away from it and investigate while it's our location. It doesn't matter. It's not going to attack us when we're doing any of those things. So that does help us quite a bit. Otherwise, it would be so difficult. Well, we're almost there. So we just need to grab these 2 clues, or even just 1. It doesn't really matter. We've already advanced the act, so we're good. But we do have to make it back and resign so that we don't take any trauma. And that is, I'm going to try and grab the clues so I don't, so I can at least make the effort as much as possible here. So we get to draw a card. Look at that, another ancient stone. That would be insane. We'll do our ancient stone thing and then gain our resource for the round. Man, 2 ancient stones in play at the same time. Can you imagine? We'd be loaded. Well, I guess we'd have to use a charge, so it would be the same. I forgot to put a doom. So, poisonous spores. Oh, God. At the end of the round, if you're in the location, you get poisoned. If you're already poisoned, you take 2 horror. This is really annoying, especially if you're in a larger group in this scenario because you can't end your turn at the location or you're going to be poisoned. And that just means that your action economy just goes down the drain. So you have to move in, investigate, and then move out. It's so annoying. It's kind of a pain in the neck. Anyways, let's try and investigate this location. 4 versus 2. So, oh, wait. Actually, no. Let's use a charge of this so that we can just get through this quickly. So 4 versus 0. We're going to grab this clue. Only the autofill can have us fail here. And it's a cultist token. But we succeed, so... And we'll move right in to this other ancient location and try to investigate. So 4 versus 1. Just want to get this clue, move into the entrance, and resign. So, oh, wait. The snake's going to hit us. So it goes into our threat area. We can investigate. So we'll shrivel it. Let's put him in our threat area. And this doesn't go in our threat area. So shriveling is going to be a 4 versus a 3. I think we'll commit. So 7 versus 3. I think only the autofill and the -5 can have us lose here, and it's a -5, of course. So just when you need it. So there goes that shriveling charge, and that is our turn. Oh man, I just noticed something so dumb on my part. I'm an idiot. What an idiot. How did I not use this? Plenty of resources. Oh, I've been gaining resources specifically for that. And I could have made it so that... that is just a dumb move on my part. Wow. Snake bites us. He bites its shaka, poisoning us. But we don't get poisoned because we'll probably have to repeat the scenario. We don't get to carry it over if we repeat it. So, she gets bit. I'm poisoned for now. This guy hits me. And that's turn. So I am now officially poisoned. And oh, look at this. Oh, that would be nice to just bomb these guys, but it is what it is. We'll just gain our resources, grab this clue, and get out of here. Let's do this. We'll go ahead and draw a card. Oh, and it's another Pit Viper. Oh my god. Now they're starting to come out of the woodwork. We need to get out of here as quickly as possible. So we have 2 Pit Vipers on us. They're not tough, they're just annoying. I do want a little bit of revenge, so let's go ahead and kill them. I think we're just going to shrivel them both. And this time I'm not going to forget physical training and boost our stat to... our willpower stat to be able to hit them hard. Yeah, I'm wasting an extra turn doing this, but you never know. Maybe I should just get rid of them. I don't know. I think I'm just bitter that it got away from the kill last round, and I just want to make sure I do kill them. So shrivel. This is probably a very bad play. I understand that, but 4 versus 3. Just call it ego, I guess. So 5 versus 3. And the chaos bags, you know what? Let's spend the resources. 7 versus 3. One more. 8 versus 3. That way if we pull that -5, we still hit them. -2. Okay, good enough. 1 snake is gone. And goes into the victory display. Another one goes shriveled. And we're going to spend some resources to boost our skill on this one as well. That's 2, so that's a 6. 6 versus 3. And let's see. Hey, a 0. Okay. I was going to laugh if we got an autofill or something. All right. 2 dead. Boom. Now let's go ahead and try to investigate. We still had a resource here. I forgot to put it back. So it's going to be a 4 versus 1. And a +1. Look at that. We get our clue. So now we can put these 2 as pillars next round. But for right now, this guy's going to hit us again. And we still have to draw our cards and the encounter card. So after this, I think we finish the scenario next turn. Just in case, we're going to heal some horror. And we have 2 rounds left before the agenda advances. Look at that, poisonous spores. It's another sign that we should not stay at this location another turn. So poisonous spores get attached to the location. That's okay. We're moving into the mouth of Kinyan. So we will move into the mouth of Kinyan and resign. Use an action to resign. That ends our scenario here. And we did not... Oh, actually, we have to use an action to do this. So we use an action to drop 3 clues to the mouth of Kinyan, putting 3 pillars down. 3 is not bad for the first run, like, at all. So Carolyn didn't do too bad. I think this is a good strategy going into this scenario, is to explore through and then work your way back. So you don't have to deal with this creature for, as you're trying to move forward and then backwards. Act 2 is advanced, Agenda 2 is advanced, so when we have to redo, we get to start with Act 2 and play. We got 3 pillars on the mouth of Kinyan, and we have to replay the scenario, but I start with a clue. I'm just going to spam it, so pretend like I'm starting, placing the resource, and then resigning. That's the end of it. So because we had to repeat the scenario, none of the vengeance points, so killing those 2 snakes doesn't get applied as vengeance points. We get no experience points from locating clues on the ancient location. We get no trauma because we didn't get defeated. Basically, we finish the scenario, and our poison weakness goes away as well. So basically, we get to start part B with nothing new, as if, we had gone straight there from the boundary beyond, because we didn't earn any trauma, experience, vengeance, or weaknesses.
Swallowing your fear, you enter the cavern. I can't wait to see what Carolyn finds inside. I hope her journey is not too rocky. Anyways, on another note, I'm so glad that guest took the blame for the destruction of Philip's family. We could say that his vacation had a very exciting ending. In fact, it ended with a bang. Until next time, try to get some sleep.